This is a book review of John Carter, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Weird Worlds. It's a very thin book in fact. You can see there the back cover there, and it's all the work from DC Comics from the 1970s. So it's in colour. I'm just going to go through some of this. And written by Marc Wolfmann. The book came out in 2011. It's got art by Sal Amendola, Murphy Anderson, Gray Morrow and Joe Orlando, as well as cover illustrations Howard Chaykin, Mike W.M. Kaluta, Joe Kubert and Joe Orlando. It's got an introduction, which is really nice, and includes the works from, Tarzan 207 to 209, Weird Worlds 1 to 7, published in 72 and 73. So Dark Horse Comics, absolutely brilliant collection. How many pages? Does it say? Yes, it's about 110 pages in total. So you've got the story, you've got introduction, and then of course you've got the John Carter story. John Carter, of course, is initially on Earth, and he's mysteriously off to Mars, and then of course he meets all the various inhabitants of Mars. Also, he finds he's got various special abilities to survive on Mars and do various things. So you've got John Carter and Mars, great story. You've got obviously his pet character, as well as other characters turn up, and obviously Dejah Thoris appears. Now, of course, Dejah Thoris is not developed in the way that in the like Dynamite Comics. Dynamite Comics character, you've got Dejah Thoris, many stories of hers, but obviously in this, a little bit less so. This is more John Carter story, John Carter of Mars. So the stories concentrate heavily on him. Now the artwork does vary all the way through the book. You can definitely see the change in styles. And I'm not going to show you the back page because of course that's just terrible to show you the back page. But I have to say the back page is one of the scratchiest bits of artwork that I have seen for a long time. Really scratchy bit of artwork. Maybe some people like that. However, I must admit it is a bit unusual. The reproduction is fine. I mean, I'm not certain the source material for this. I don't know if they've just taken it from the comics and just cleaned it up, because sometimes it does look very rough. I mean, I'm just looking at some of this. The line work is very scratchy in places. Like I said, the back page picture is really rough. At the start of the book, it's not so bad. Again, I don't know what their source was. This could not be from the original artwork. It's definitely not as clean as it surely could be. Some of it's a bit, and here there's some scenes here, and it's quite smudgy, and you can hardly see the faces of the characters. But still, the story itself, I mean, that's got to be the key thing. I mean, you've got Thuvia as well turns up. So it's actually split. The book is split. You've got the main story where you've got the development of the character, and then you've got a different story line. It completely changes, and it's good. Really good yarns, perfectly reasonable. Like I say, 100 and odd page book, an absolutely lovely little collection. It's a pity that they didn't produce more of the John Carter and Mars series. Would love to have seen that, but 72, 73. I think Marvel must have had it in the middle of the 70s, so I guess the license must have changed hands. When it comes to licensing, I have no idea which company has it, which company has it now. Of course, Dynamite Comics, obviously producing John Carter and Mars, as well as the Dejah Thoris, and 5 million other different storylines as well with the John Carter stories. I love John Carter character, so and I'm really looking forward to do a review of the John Carter of Mars one. That's Jess Marsh is another one, obviously earlier one, those stories. So brilliant. John Carter of Mars from DC Comics.